everybody. Welcome to Hallmarkies podcast. And we're really excited today because we are going to do a little bit of a deep dive. I don't know how long this will actually be, but whatever. We're going to be talking about the new romantic comedy released on Netflix, People We Meet on Vacation. And I had the chance to see it on a rare chance to see it on the big screen this week. I've seen it now, I think 3 times.
Lucky.
Yeah. And I really enjoyed it. So I'm excited to talk about it. And I am film critic Rachel Wagner, and Monda's here.
Hello, happy to be back. So
Yeah.
excited.
How are you doing? Having a good
I'm
good
good.
January start to the
Yeah.
2026?
Actually, yes, it's been very calm in comparison to last year and how crazy it was.
Oh,
So it's
that's
been a
good.
really chill, relaxing month. So I've been happy.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very busy getting ready for Sundance. That's kind of
Yeah.
my mania right now. But
It's
it's
okay. Sundance is fun. So
last
I
Sundance.
know it's so
But
devastating.
yeah, and you'll want to definitely make sure that you're following over on Rachel's reviews because I'm going to have cover like lots of coverage. I'm not only doing my animator
Do it.
interviews with all the Sundance animators that I can, but also am I going to have out of theater reactions to every single thing I see and all this fun stuff.
Love it.
But yeah, we're talking about people we meet on vacation, and I I mean, we've said it so many times before, but the fact that something like this doesn't get theatrical is just absolutely absurd. So the reason why I did get to see it, and I am 100% sure this was not approved. I mean, I don't know how the movie theater allowed it, to be honest, because it was like being basically a screenshot from there. Like there was even a point where
Oh my
their
God.
one of their Microsoft Teams things came out. Right.
That's
So
actually hysterical.
it was for sure not allowed.
That's funny.
But I don't care. It doesn't hurt me,
No, you saw it. Doesn't
yeah, it doesn't
matter.
matter to me. But
Oh my God.
it was super fun. And it was just amazing because they ended up doing two theaters and they sold out within minutes. This little bookstore that wanted to do a watch party. And all of these book clubs were all like whole book clubs that were there. On the row next to me, there were probably 8 to 10 girls who were all in the same book club. They were all there. And I'm just like, I just don't understand. I mean, I feel like there's no world where this doesn't win the weekend if it had been released in the cinemas.
Oh, 1000%. I had mentioned on our other podcast, like even for the housemaid, like they have to really angle book readers because
Yeah,
I think that they
it's
don't
true.
the studios don't understand how like much of a crowd that is and how much of a fan base that is, and they need to utilize it.
Yeah,
Prime example, even with Wuthering Heights, like it's breaking records as well for a February
yeah,
release for a book adaptation. It's Wuthering Heights, like it is an
yeah.
old literary like masterpiece for some. So it's just like it's crazy that they're not tapping into that, and the fact that this wasn't, in theaters just shows how they treat romantic comedies, and
And
it's
what's frustrating to
annoying.
me is I'm seeing all this all over the place. Oh, this is the return of the rom-com. The return. I'm like, no, it's not. It's not the return.
Not.
It's just
It's
another romantic comedy on Netflix. It might be one of the better
yeah.
ones, but
Yeah.
substantively, it does not do anything to really help the genre.
No, and if anything, like it's helping Netflix, obviously. It's helping people maybe read more and like tap into other Emily Henry
Yeah, that's
novels,
true.
which will be adapted, which is so it's helping in other ways, but it's so
Hmm.
incredibly frustrating that this won't get a theatrical release or the rest of her films slash television series won't get a theatrical because people look at romantic comedies, oh, it's like so cheesy, it's so boring. And I'm like, well, dude, not for anything. Action films are the exact same thing over and over again. Like that's the whole point
Yeah,
of genre. You have those
right.
conventions. So
Yeah.
it's like, why are you like putting one down and boosting the other where it's like it's the exact same thing? if I see
And
another Jason Statham movie, like I can put them all together. No
yeah,
offense to the dude, he's
it's
doing
true.
well,
Like,
but
or
come
like
on
Liam
now.
Neeson making a billion of the same sort of lame, mediocre
Come
action
on.
movies.
Like
Yeah,
that's
no, that's
okay.
yeah. It's it's very, very frustrating. Very frustrating.
Yeah.
And I was saying on Twitter the other day that basically women have been systematically eliminated from cinema audiences. Unless they're there with their children, there's
Hmm.
almost nothing
There's
that is
nothing.
released and marketed and trying to get that female audience. Like, I mean, that's why things like Barbie and Wicked and,
It's
do
massive.
well because they
Like
are actually type, but I mean, isn't that crazy that I can only think of two in the last 5 years,
like
literally?
tap into that audience. Like I know that not many people love this trilogy, but like 50 Shades of Grey brought
Yeah.
in women by
No,
the
it's true.
hordes. Like that was the
Yeah.
last one that I can say. All three of them had women go to the theater. That's the
Yeah.
last one where I'm like,
Like
wow,
a
this is a
trilogy. Yeah.
phenomenon. Yeah, like they
Yeah.
put butts in seats. That's the
It's
last
true.
one.
It's true.
So,
So yeah, it's very frustrating. But let's talk about Emily Henry a little bit. And that's the
yay.
thing too. Like this is another tangent, but is that at the same time that Hollywood has given up on romance, that it's very ironic because romance is basically saving publishing.
Yes, people are
Like,
turning to books. Women are
yeah,
turning to books. Like that's what's so amazing about it is that like we all got back into reading, I feel like in the past couple of years. Like I know I have. But
yeah.
like
If
these
you
romance novels are amazing.
Yeah, I was talking to a friend the other day, and she's not much of a reader, and I'm like, man, that sucks because it is just the predominant way to get romance right now, as far as
Absolutely.
that or Hallmark. That's all you really have.
Yeah.
And like, listen to this. This is crazy. So, the romance category contributed to two-thirds of the overall gains in adult fiction. Two-thirds.
Wow.
The unit sales grew 40% over 20 in 2021. That's the last stats I have, but isn't
That's
that
amazing.
crazy?
I love that.
40%. And
People are,
you
yeah.
would think that Hollywood would see that and be like, I want a piece of that. Two-thirds.
They're too busy with like sequels and all of that stuff because they know that's going to make bank,
Yeah,
even though it's going to upset people if it's garbage. That's the
yeah,
problem.
yeah.
They're not gonna risk it anymore because they can lose so much money off of it. But it's the point of like, let's cast not no names because I wouldn't say like even Tom Blyth or Emily Bader like they're not no names. Like Tom Blyth obviously
But
like
not,
has done a couple, but they're not like
yeah.
A-listers.
But
But
this
it's
is the
like,
kind of movie that used to propel somebody's career
yes,
like somebody like a Julia Roberts or
Kate
certainly a
Hudson.
Sandra Bullock or something like that, that then
Yeah,
they would do a romantic comedy that people liked and that had that had good chemistry that would propel, certainly especially the leading leads, obviously Meg Ryan, like, I mean, it
yeah.
it wasn't Top Gun that propelled Meg Ryan into a star, like that
No,
wasn't
exactly. No, that's a good example for
you
that, right?
know,
Like
yeah,
you just have to they have to tap into certain things and like there's no romance in daily life anymore. Like I genuinely
yeah,
believe like even the dating scene is very bleak. Like it's just people aren't opened to love.
hmm
They're not open to that kind of, interaction with people. It's very
certainly in their
transactional.
storytelling they're not, but
Yeah.
well, and I don't even think it's true that they're not. I just think they're not being given it. I mean, that's why,
You're
you know,
right.
like
Like
that's why they're
that's the
turning to books, and that's
problem.
why they're turning to Hallmark, and that's why because
Yeah.
that's like when people are critical of me for covering Hallmark, for supporting Hallmark, I just want to say to them, what where else am I supposed to go? Who
It's like
else is making
we
romantic comedies
crave
that I
it.
can support? If there was, I probably would.
It's true. And the thing is that these romance films, like, there's an odd sort of comfort. Like, yeah, sure, you
Yeah,
watch the same thing happen. The guy gets the girl. Okay, cool. But, like, that's also comforting.
yeah,
It's not like, oh, what's the point of watching? It's like, well, what's the point of explosions? And the
yeah.
guy saves the day. Like, it's the same thing.
And I think that Hollywood knows that they aren't serving that demographic. So then what they try to
Yeah,
do is they package films deceptively, which leads to, especially on my part, major disappointment,
of course.
in something like The Materialist, that was not a rom-com. Like some people like it, some people don't like it.
Yeah,
But it was not the rom-com that it was advertised. I think we can
you're right.
all agree on that.
I feel like they did not know how to market that. They
Or
didn't.
or they wanted to get that crowd in, and so they
Yeah,
marketed it a certain way. I think they knew how to market it, but
yeah.
it was deceptive. Another movie last year, we were talking about this yesterday, Big Bold Beautiful Journey was totally marketed as like this rom-com and it was going to be really fun, and no, it was not at all. Like
No. Well,
wasn't good, but it was but it just was not what they were marketing as like a light fun rom-com.
what bothers me is that like the conventions are there, use them
Mm-hmm.
because at the
Yeah.
end of the day, all that matters is good chemistry. And if you have
Yeah.
good chemistry between your leads, I could watch the same story
Yeah.
5 million times. It doesn't matter. And I think the best thing is that like everyone remembers certain romantic comedies, like I Had to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, like 10 Things I Hate About You, and it's because
Yeah.
it's like, oh, these two actors were incredible together. They don't remember like they do remember the story, but my point is the fact that
Yeah.
like it's like holy shit, like Matthew
Yeah.
McConaughey and Kate Hudson, boom, magic.
The
Like that's
the cl
important.
the closest that we're getting, and this is so depressing, is these Colleen Hoover.
Oh,
Speaking of another book to, attracting book club, that look how
yeah.
successful both of those movies
Yeah.
have been. And they're both terrible. And
They're
at least
both
I
bad.
really dislike them. But I mean, I feel like that's the closest that we're getting right now to like
Yeah.
movies made for women, predominantly for women, for that. But just like darn it all.
Emily Henry
But
needs to fight, man. She needs to fight
yes,
to put the
but I
next
think
one in
she's
theatrical.
see I think she's made her bed with Netflix. But
Yeah.
everything I've heard, I mean, I think all the rest are going to go right to Netflix. She's so, oh
I mean,
man.
she's still doing well on it. Like it broke streaming records. It's number one, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
on Netflix. So like I get it, believe me, because then it's more accessible at the same time.
Hmm.
And then we talk about accessibility in film, where it's like, am I going to spend X amount of money for a movie ticket to go to the theater? I don't know if I'm going to like it or not. And
Yeah.
then this thing pops up on streaming, I'll give it more of a chance.
Yeah.
So it's this age-old conversation
It's
of what we're dealing with right
yeah,
now.
it's very frustrating.
Ho, ho, ho. We'd like to take a second and thank our sponsor for this episode of the podcast. It's the Hallmarkies Patreon.
Do you love Hallmarkies podcast, especially at Christmas?
Do you enjoy the holiday previews, recaps, interviews, and bonus episodes?
If the answer is yes, please consider supporting the Hallmarkies Patreon. We need your help to do what we do both during the Christmas season and all year round.
But not only do you help a podcast led by strong, independent women by becoming a Patreon, you get to become a part of the Hallmarkies family.
Starting at only $2 a month as a patron, you will have access to our Facebook Patreon group where we talk about the movies, shows, and more all year.
We also have many monthly patron watch-alongs with guests like Lacey Chabert, Natalie Hall, Paul Campbell, Mary Lou Henner, and more, giving their behind-the-scenes details of their films.
As a patron, you also have the chance to provide input into the podcast and even join us at different tiers.
So this Christmas season, spread some cheer to the Hallmarkies Patreon and become a member today. You won't regret it.
Go to patreon.com/hallmarkies to learn more.
That's patreon.com/Hallmarkies.
Let's talk about Emily Henry. And
Mhm.
so she is very, very popular for particularly her romance novels. And there's one, two, three, four, five, six
Yeah.
of these romance novels. We
So
have
crazy.
Beach read, people we meet on vacation, book lovers, happy place, funny story, great big beautiful life. So do you
Mm.
have you read all six, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So do you have a favorite of the six?
Oh, it's so hard. I think I read Beach Read first. So that has a very
Yeah.
special, because I kind of liked how she she balanced the grief within the romance at the same time. Like the movie, the book isn't just about like the romantic connection that the two of them have, like January and
Yeah.
August. But the grief that was tied in, I think, because I lost my grandparents at the time. Like I kind of gravitated toward Beach Read, and I cried. I
Yeah.
weep so much with Beach Read. Um, but it would be
I
Beach Read, Funny Story, and People We Meet on Vacation as my top three right now.
I can see that. I do
Yeah.
think that Beach Read is a deceptive title because it's not like it's not like really a beach.
No, no,
It's
it's
not
not
a
light at
vacation. You
all.
think that it's like it's she's a writer struggling to write a beach read,
Yeah.
you know. So it's
Yeah.
I do think the title's a little deceptive, but I do agree it's very strong. The characters are very well done. They have very convincing voices, both of
Yes.
them, and their chemistry builds very authentically. So I think Beach Read is probably my favorite. I did like Funny Story a lot. That would probably be my
So
second
good.
favorite. You know,
They're so
yeah,
cute. The whole
yeah,
thing is so cute. I also love the cover of each book. Like it's
yeah.
so
I do too.
vibrant and poppy, and I'm like, you don't
Mhm.
get hard, and that's why I buy the hardcovers because I'm like, oh my God, like they're so pretty,
Did
right?
you notice that they basically recreated the cover of the book in the movie? For
Yeah,
people, she's
that
wearing
was
that
so
that
nice.
green bathing suit and the orange, and then
Yeah, I
I
love
thought that
little
was a
touches
fun
like
little
that.
Easter egg. I would say that definitely my least favorite is The Great Big Beautiful Life. I
Oh,
yeah, like by far,
interesting.
being to me at least, everything involving the older woman, that whole thing was a snooze.
Yeah,
Every time it would go back to her story, I was like, ugh. And then the big reveal was so
yeah,
obvious. Like you saw it coming a million miles
yeah.
away. Like the two leads were fine. It was, it wasn't awful. I didn't hate it, but I just thought it was kind of boring.
There were patches. There were patches for me, but then I
Yeah.
loved the way everything was tied in at the end. Like I really loved the slow burn of their relationship too.
Uh-huh.
I think there was more like conflict that I appreciated, but the one
Mm.
book that I don't normally do this, that I had to like skim through because I was so bored was Happy Place. I
Yeah.
could not
That
for the life.
was
And you know what's weird is that there's like a past and present with people we meet on vacation, but I appreciated the structure more in that than what they did with Happy Place.
I could
Because there
see
were too
that.
many
Yeah.
characters. I was very confused. I didn't care for the characters. Like it was just very weird. So that was
Yeah.
like my bottom for sure.
But yeah, Great Big Beautiful Life, pretty much if I was ever gonna read it again, I think I would skip all of the old lady chapters. Just skip them.
It's fair. I mean, like the story. Yeah, I get it. Like, I'm not here for her. I'm here for
No.
romance. Like, what is this? So
But
I get
I
it.
think that's true about Happy Place. I mean,
Yeah.
I would imagine that as an author, it becomes, I would think, both it would probably becomes easier in a way because you get more used to the process, but I would think it would become harder the more books that you're when she's doing a book every year and she's not doing
Hard
one this year, which is probably wise. Take a year off after there was
work
mixed
on.
response to this last one, then
Yeah.
and take a year off.
Yeah.
I
Like
think
there's still stories that she can tell, but I'm happy that she's writing like the screenplays or the teleplays for
yeah,
the
and she's still working
adaptations.
on books, I'm sure, but
Yeah.
you don't need one every year.
No, we were very blessed. We were
Yeah.
so blessed. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Thank you, Queen. But take a
But
rest.
I think Funny Story was really good because I just thought that both characters had such a like distinctive, entertaining voice. They were so
Yes.
well developed. They were really funny together, and just like the guy being like such a curmudgeon, but like in a very
Yeah.
charming way, really was enjoyable. With
Yeah.
with people we meet on vacation, it's interesting because I walked away feeling when I first read it, I walked away feeling a little frustrated by the structure. And I was looking at my Goodreads, and I my initial review was like every time that the romantic tension was building, all of a sudden it would be a different time period. So it would like cut the and
Yeah.
I was like, because it was interesting to read that because I didn't remember feeling that way. Sometimes when you think back on whether a book or a movie, you think about it in your response about it different than was actually your response. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I get what
You
you're
know?
saying. I do.
Yeah, you
Because
look back
like
in your review and you're just like, oh, that's what I thought about it.
I know, thank God we write stuff down at this
Yeah,
point,
that's
you know what I
true.
mean? But I
But
do think
and I think that is a fair complaint and something that they were
yeah.
able because they made a lot less jumps in the movie. I think that they were able to help with that a lot because over the in the book there's like 10 trips. There's a lot more jumping around.
Hmm.
And there's also a longer meet cute, longer getting to know. I know there's just a lot more. It's a book, so of course there's gonna be more, but I think that it would make more sense why I would feel that sort of cutting away, like, oh, you were just building up to something good. Now we're I can see why I maybe felt that way more in the book than in the movie. And I just reread it again. But what I remember feeling when I first read the book is just a little bit compared to Beach Read, feeling like Alex was just like the perfect man, a little bit almost too much. Like he was
Um,
so patient, he was so and so what I liked in the movie is I felt like they gave him a little bit more personality, that
yeah.
distinct voice. He had opinions, he had, things he didn't like that she did, or I don't know, just a little bit more autonomy as a character.
See, I felt the total opposite. I
Mm.
felt like Alex had more depth in the novel.
Mm-hmm.
He also, I feel like he had more dialogue in the novel and how he interacted with Poppy. I feel like they kept him very mute. Because like when a character is reserved, I feel like in films, they feel like they can't talk. Like they shouldn't have dialogue. Like they're very reserved and like that's one trait that they have. So it's like they don't think that they can talk to certain people or have much dialogue. So he plays it quiet, which is not something that like you have to do.
Yeah.
Um, so I
And
think
they
it was very surface level in the film. And I'm like, but we don't get to know much about Alex here. And there's so much in the book, like his cat that we don't talk
Yeah.
about. Like it's just his parents, his family. Like that's the main
Well,
reason as to why he played it reserved too.
yeah. I
We
mean,
didn't go there.
the biggest difference is they removed this whole vasectomy storyline that's in
Rachel.
the book.
Rachel is
um,
so important. It bothers me so much. I'm like, oh
um,
my
because in that part of the book, it's to show like he has major trauma because his mother died in childbirth, and so he doesn't want to get close to anybody. He doesn't want
Yeah.
to think about. He doesn't have ambitions about starting a family and things
Yeah.
like that. So in that sense, he does have sort of more character. But I guess I don't know. For some, when I read the book, I was just like, in a way, maybe that made him even more perfect to me. I don't know. 'Cause he was
No,
just like,
I get it. I get it. Like I love him in the novel. I love him because he's like
mhm.
so devoted to Poppy. Like the unrequited love, like it's just so
Yeah,
well
he's just
written.
so friend zoned and he keeps going.
Yeah. And it's just it's
And
there's the one thing that bothered me as well that they did not put in the novel. I do think the one drunken night that they did have
yeah, so they
should
completely
have
got rid
been
of
in there.
Croatia. So the Croatia trip, they completely get
Yeah.
rid of, and I do think that that is an important scene. So it was a shame that they got rid of it
Yeah.
because you need something in between um platonic, and I had a pregnancy scare and we almost kiss.
Yes, because I don't think
Mhm.
that was strong enough at all. The almost kiss was not strong enough because it came from Poppy. It didn't come from Alex. But the drunken night in Croatia came from Alex, which is
Yeah,
more
that's a good point.
beneficial. So that annoyed me too because it wasn't Poppy. Like, you know what I mean? So that
Yeah,
kind of, I don't know,
that's a
that
good
bothered me
point.
too.
That is, I think, completely fair.
Yeah, because then him
Yeah,
saying like I don't want to be like your effing friend, it's like okay, but where did that blow up come from? You know what I mean? Like if
yeah.
she's initiating the kid, like it just didn't make any sense at that point.
Because
So
because you were supposed to believe that he was already sort of feeling all of this in Florence when they go to the Florence scenes,
yeah,
which does make his behavior with Sarah more unlikable than in the book because,
yeah,
so because he is pretty invested in Sarah and he's planning on proposing. This is not something he does because he's been rejected by Poppy. Like,
exactly.
you know what I mean? He was planning on it and uh but he's just struggling a little bit. But
Hmm.
but yeah, so that was some big things that they cut out of the movie. I mean, that they cut out the movie from the book.
Yeah.
They also cut out a lot of things that they always do, like he doesn't have any siblings in the movie. He has, oh, I mean, I guess he
Mm.
has the one.
I'm like, thank God they kept David. I was like,
Yeah,
if you're gonna keep anyone, I get that you keep David, but like,
yeah, he's
it's still
just the one
annoying.
sibling. Yeah, yeah.
Because he's the old,
So,
like, he had to take care of everybody. I'm not going to get into it, how they butchered Alex, but they
yeah,
butchered him.
yeah. So, anyway, it's interesting, but I mean, I say all this, but I did really enjoy the movie.
Rachel, I was sobbing. I was
It's,
sobbing. Like, I was like, oh my
it's
God, this is such a perfect rom-com. Like, it made me
it's
cry.
just it was
Yeah.
really fun. I thought I
Yeah.
mean the key to me about this movie is that they had, I thought, great chemistry, the two, which is the
Oh my
key in a
God.
romantic comedy. They had really good chemistry and of course you get all of the vacation porn that you want
Yeah.
and I mean I thought the banter was pretty fun and I don't know. I just think it was an overall fun ride, their romance and the um yeah, I mean I can see some of the complaints that people have, but for
I
me
get
I
it.
thought they did that they made an entertaining film.
Oh, for sure. For
Hmm.
sure. You just had that magic between the two of them, the way they looked at each other, the yearning was there. Like
Yeah.
for people to have such an amazing response to a romantic comedy means that they've been lacking
Yeah.
something, you know?
I love, yeah, when they are able to create that sense of yearning in a in a
Yes.
romance, and
Oh my
they
God, it's
do a very
perfect.
good job with that here.
They
And
do.
and I do think it helps like I think it was in the end probably smart that they didn't do Croatia because you just you were able to sort of keep a flow, with all the switching back and forth, back and forth.
I
It would have,
know.
I mean, I miss that drunken scene. I do miss that.
Yeah.
Um, but maybe they felt like, okay, we're putting in Norway and that's enough of a like defined him being proactive kind of a thing. Maybe they felt that
It's
way.
it's much softer.
Hmm.
That's the difference, I think. It's like they went more so for the caring aspect of how
Hmm.
much he loved her versus a physical, I
Hmm.
guess, lustful attraction. And maybe that's the angle that
Mm.
they wanted.
Yeah.
I don't know, because that could be interpreted either way, right?
Hmm. Yeah. So,
Mm.
do you think that Emily was able to to escape some of the pitfalls of like a manic pixie dream girl kind of a thing? Like, do you think that she was able to sell the character of Poppy?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I genuinely think because she was just like spunky already as like a person. So I
Hmm.
don't think she didn't even have to do that much like acting in that case because she's already like so bubbly and quirky and I love that like Poppy came to her because I feel like she just played herself a little bit at the same
Uh-huh.
time, but I think what it was that grounded Poppy is that like those intense emotional scenes that she had to deliver, that's what made it very believable, and that she didn't like fit into that box, I think. I think she broke the mold a little bit with those
Hmm.
emotional scenes.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt like it that she was a likable enough performer. And I think the
Mhm.
Manic Pixie Dream Girl, like any trope, when it's used poorly, it
Yeah.
I think that the problem with that trope is when the character, all of their energy is all about pleasing and a making a man happy, right? Like Me Before You is the ultimate example of, I mean, that's a terrible movie in so many ways, but it's like the ultimate example of a Manic Pixie Dream Girl. I mean, her
Yeah.
whole entire character is making him happy, right? Like
Yeah.
that's the only reason she exists. And then there's so many horrible things about that movie, but you know that's when I think the trope is truly cringe, is when there, but this was just kind of her personality. Like she was almost oblivious to his happiness or making him happy.
Yeah.
If anything, she was also kind of self-conscious about the fact that people think she's annoying, and that, that people think she's too
Me.
much.
It's me.
Yeah.
I'm like, Poppy, thank you.
Yeah. I think we can all relate
Right.
to that.
We all can. It's like she's so, that's the thing, is like they made her so relatable
Hmm.
too. So like I feel like people who can relate to her, we tend to like shrink ourselves and go
Hmm.
quiet and only share that kind of energy with people that do accept us.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so I think that's like really interesting how we can all resonate with her on different like levels
Yeah.
and scales. And I think she did it beautifully.
Do you
Yeah.
think that there is any human being who actually has Poppy's job in
Oh, yes.
2026? You
Oh,
do?
yes.
I don't think, no, I
100%.
don't think there's any human being who has some travel writing job that pays for their R&R to go all around the world
It's there.
and write articles on these incredible vacations.
Oh, I see
I
it.
don't.
Influencers definitely have those
Please.
packages. There's no way.
That's true, like self-funded.
Self-funded, not like a
Yeah, but
magazine that does it, but
yeah.
self-funded. Yeah. But I'm like, it's
I mean,
there. They're flying.
because if that exists, please hire me. I'm
Hi,
available.
me
I'm
too.
ready to
I'll do
go.
it. No
I
problem.
can I have no romantic entanglements. I could be ready to go.
We're free to
Yeah.
go travel.
Hey, this is Jen Johans, host of the podcast Watch with Jen, which delivers a steady stream of great movie recommendations, thoughtful career deep dives, and first rate conversations with film critics, authors, actors, journalists, filmmakers, and more. You can find Watch with Jen wherever you get your podcasts, or hear us first at our Patreon at patreon.com/filmintuition.
But I actually, this one thing I realized lately is that I actually don't love travel. I mean, I would if I got to do these kind of trips and got paid for and everything. Sure. But it's so uncomfortable. I hate
Yeah.
not being in my own bed, and um I mean, I think
That's
maybe I
true.
would like travel more if I was rich, because then I can afford like good food and comfortable lodging,
Absolutely.
and
Yeah.
most of the time I'm like sleeping on a sofa at a friend's house. Like I'm just not. So maybe I'm not
Yeah.
truly having the travel experience, um, but I don't know. Like it's just so uncomfortable, and I miss sleeping.
You miss
I
your
miss my
home.
routine, and I miss my bed, and I don't know.
Yeah. It's
But
different. Yeah.
yeah, like I feel, well, especially post pandemic, I definitely, they talk about people revenge traveling. I definitely did. I think in 2022, I think I went on 7 trips that year.
Because you're like, I can do anything.
Yeah.
Like, I can go. I did the same thing. I went on like 2 trips. Yeah, 2 massive trips. So like I get that
Yeah, this
for
year,
sure.
I think my only trips are going to be for various festivals, which is basically like a
Yeah.
work trip. It's not like a real trip.
Yeah, but
Um,
still like
you know,
it's fine.
I just bought my ticket to go to Austin. for South by
Nice.
Southwest.
That's gonna be fun.
So that is a lot of fun. And I get so nice. My friends, the Chandlers, I stay with them. And the first time that I stayed with them, every time I've always been in their daughter's room. And the first time it was the cutest thing. They set it up as this hotel. They had they had made a thing for the door that, that it was like Chandler Hotel. And they had they gave me like a key card that they'd made, and it was
That's
adorable. It
cute.
was
I
really
like
cute.
that. That's so cute.
Yeah, they're so cute. But that's how I do most of the time when I travel. Usually it's to visit friends. Most of those seven
Yeah.
trips were either most of those seven trips were either to New York or LA
Hmm.
for various things. And then I visited the Chandlers, and but most of those trips were visiting. I have lots of friends who live away from me, so that's probably part of it. But
Yeah.
but anyway, I think a lot of people, that's how you travel, is you go see your family, your friends. I went to DC
Yeah.
on one of those trips, and then my sister's there, things like that. That um that you don't often go to just some like far off place that you don't have any connection to, as
Yeah.
much. Like that's more of like the once in a decade kind of trip, I feel like, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I have family like in Italy, so I tend to kind
Mm.
of go
Oh yeah,
back
you
in
went
that
there pretty
case.
recently.
Yeah, I keep going back. I can't stop going. I can't stop going. It's just such an
Yeah.
amazing. I love Europe for that thing, but my cousins are all there, so it's kind of like
Oh,
that's where
that's good.
family is. So, yeah, it's different to travel. You have to go
Yeah.
to places that like you feel comfortable too at the same time.
I went to Italy when I was 17. I did like a school, uh, it was like a school non-sponsored trip, but with
Hmm.
a bunch of the teachers, the Spanish teacher in particular, planned these
Yeah.
trips. And originally they were going to Australia, which I've always wanted to go to Australia. That would be my dream trip, would be to go to
I
Australia.
hope you get to go. Because I'm a New Zealand girly over here. That's the one
Oh
that I
yeah,
want to
you've
go
been?
to. I want to. That's my dream
Oh
trip.
yeah.
Like Austria was my dream trip because of the Sound of Music and like that
Oh,
my kick that off the bucket list was just a dream come true. But
that's fun.
New Zealand to go see Hobbiton specifically and do the Lord of the Rings
I didn't
tour
know
would
you were
just
a big
be
Lord of the Rings.
yeah,
So
yeah, I do
I didn't
love
know
it.
that. I didn't know
I
that.
kind of loved it more than Star Wars, but that was like
Oh
frowned
yeah.
upon for me to talk about. I'm like,
I
guys.
I like the I like the original trilogy, but
Yes.
Hobbits I
Hobbit,
do
no, we're
not
okay.
like.
No,
I'll
we're
never
okay.
forget my
Yeah.
extreme frustration watching Desolation of Smog, and that it
Ooh.
took 2 hours to get to
Yeah.
Smog.
Yeah, it was well, the book isn't any better, I'm gonna be honest with you. They
I
shouldn't have
was
split it
so
up into
mad.
three movies. I'm like, the book
No.
shouldn't have even have been that long to begin
It
with.
should
But
have just
like,
been one movie. The book is just a bunch of adventures. There's not like a real like moral, and there's no weight to the book. It's just like a
no.
fun, right, as opposed to Lord of the Rings, which has like moral weight, to it, what's
Yeah.
happening, the end of the world, basically, if they don't destroy the ring. And so it gives everything, there's just so much more gravitas to the Lord of the Rings than the rest of the Hobbit.
Yeah, no, it's
So
true.
making,
It's
yeah,
kind of like empty, The Hobbit at the same
yeah.
time, which is bad, but
But yeah, I would love to see the Great Barrier Reef.
ooh,
And that'd be a
that is
dream
a
of
good one.
mine. But anyway, yeah, I also uh, I have gone to particularly Disneyland. I do love Disneyland.
I
I
want to go
wanted to
back. Yeah.
Yeah, I love Disneyland. I've only been to Disney World one time, and
I
when I
yeah.
was 12, so it doesn't really count. But I have been I do love Disneyland. So Anyway, but they did streamline the vacations, but they did also in a way upgrade some of the vacations. Like, I mean, they make the big weddings in Barcelona, which is in Palm Springs in the book.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
that's an
They
upgrade.
changed something.
Mhm. I've been to Spain, but I haven't been to Barcelona. I was in the southern my part of Spain. My sister was living there at the time, and
Mhm.
we went to the beach. I love the beach.
I want to go so badly,
My
honestly. I've
my
never been.
true, you've never been to the beach?
No.
Oh, you gotta go. But I mean, my true like dream, if I had like a fantasy in the world of vacations, is I would love to have a little pied a terre near a beach, near the ocean, just like a little apartment that I could go
Yeah.
to. Because I know some people want to like do all these different things. No, not me. I just want to find that one place that I could go to every summer, that I would know the church, I would know the good places to eat, I would know you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like have like a little place that so
I
that's a
love
life
that.
life goal.
I hope you, honestly, I hope you get it, Rach. I really do. I love that.
But anyway, so yeah, I think that they what do you think was the strongest section of the movie? Do you think the Squamish? Do you think the Barcelona? Do you think the New Orleans? What do you think was the strongest section?
Oh, New Orleans was definitely the strongest
Mm-hmm.
section. I think that was the strongest section. I think the wedding was also like, for me, when the needle drop of August by Taylor Swift.
Mm,
We have to
yeah,
talk about that because
yeah.
that, like, I was talking to my friend Josie, who's also a critic, Josie Marie on Twitter. Shout out to her. She was the one that like it stabbed me in the heart. Like I was like, I know, because like you don't expect that perfect of a needle drop, and they killed it with that song choice. And then even her dress being loosely similar to the one that Kate Hudson wore in How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Like, there's a lot of references
Yeah, there
to
is. And
different
her
ones, and I
character is
respect
very
it.
similar. I
Oh,
mean, she's even a
100%.
journalist. Their
Yeah.
personality is very, yeah,
Very Andy-like, which I was obsessed
yeah.
with her. Loved it. And then, like, Alex is more reserved, not as dark as Billy Crystal, as a Harry Burns, but like very opposite to his leading lady. So it's not like level of Harry Burns, but it's just very opposite of his leading lady. Like
Mm,
stoic, very different.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, you see why he's annoyed with her at the beginning. I mean,
Hmm.
it is pretty rude that she doesn't like take a second to ask about eating in in somebody else's car, that she just,
But
it's a little
it's
much.
his fault that he pushed the gas and then he wasn't paying attention because she's so pretty. Then he stomps on the brake and
Yeah.
almost dies. So
I
that's his
mean,
fault.
that is a little bit of a that you have to buy, that he would be sort of invested
Yeah, and
in
taken
this
by
in
her
starting
already.
this friendship at all,
Yeah,
that they would
yeah,
have become friends, but they have such nice chemistry that you buy it.
yeah.
If they didn't, then that would be, a major
Be a
problem.
problem. 100% it would be a
Yeah.
problem.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And I mean, I did think the Squamish scene was a lot of fun, was very funny with
it was
skinny
good.
dipping and the the totem that she buys, that makes her
God.
carry.
The fact that he carried the whole thing, I'm like, good for you, buddy. You did well. You did well. That was cute.
Yeah.
The
And then
romper, like, it was just cute.
yeah, so then in New Orleans, so this was 6 years previous to the wedding. They pretend to be newlyweds to get free stuff,
Love it.
and there's this scene where they're dancing, and yeah, things are getting you're feeling the chemistry again. The chemistry sells. these
It
scenes.
sells.
They sell
That's
these
all you
scenes.
like. That's it. Point blank. If it wasn't
Yeah.
for their chemistry, this would not have done as well whatsoever.
Mhm. And then we have 4 years ago that there's the Norway scene where they're going to go to Norway and she's really sick and he comes and takes care of her, which is very swoony
Very swoony. I thought that
because
was like so sweet.
like I am pretty independent, I mean, I'm fine with my life and I don't get kind of sad about being single that much. Sometimes I do, but
Hmm.
I tell you, when it hits me the most is when I'm sick. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, because you just want your person and
because
be
you
like,
just
oh,
want
thanks.
somebody to take
Yeah.
care of you. And
Yeah.
I
Listen,
mean,
as a fellow
I,
hyper independent person, like I totally get you. You just
I
don't
mean,
want to take
the
care of
truth,
yourself at that point.
the truth is I'm not really missing a partner, although it certainly would be nice. I'm missing my
Mm.
mother. I mean, my mom's alive, but just her taking care of me, you know?
Yes,
And
I get it for sure.
in fact, one year I was so sick I could barely breathe. I just this cough that was just so awful. It was, I say it's one of those illnesses where you're just praying for death because it just feels so awful.
Oh
I
my
was
God,
so
yeah.
sick. And my parents were living in California at the time. And I called my mom in just tears. I was like, I haven't slept in like 2 weeks. I can't breathe. I'm just upset because I'm just so miserable, you know.
Oh,
And
yeah.
and my mom loves me. She came and took care of me. She flew all the way to
Mama, that's so
California.
cute.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with that. That's so cute.
She
I love
lives
it.
nearby now, but so
Yeah, no, but sometimes you need
but
your mom.
you
You
do.
don't need a man, you
You
need your mom.
do.
You just need your mom.
Yes. But
I'm
but
kidding, but like at the same time, that's literally what it is.
yeah, but I do think that this is an underrated swoony rom-com scene that
It
you don't
is.
see that often. Is the taking care of you when you're sick is a
Yeah.
very swoony thing for that if they're thinking about what can we do to make our lead guy super likable. This is it.
I think it also comes down to like consideration, which I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of people don't have now.
Like
And
have
yeah,
you ever seen a fever pitch with Drew Barrymore?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I
So
love
the
Fever Pitch.
yeah, I do. I think that's very underrated. I like both of them
Yeah.
actually. There's
Mm.
one with Colin Firth and about soccer, and then the one about baseball. But one of the swooniest scenes in that movie is I think it's their first date. He shows up and she is sick, 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 and he takes care of
Yeah.
her and he cleans up her throw up and like helps her and like
Yeah.
that is great. That just makes you like the character.
Yeah, because it's like you care. You don't
Mhm.
care, like you know what I mean? Like showing that you care, considering the other person and like,
Yeah.
just making the right calls at the same time. Like Alex could have very well gotten on that plane and gone to Norway, as you said.
Yeah.
He could have
Yeah.
done it, but it's the fact that he heard her voice, he loves her, he
Mhm.
cares about her. He's like, I don't care where I go as long as like you're there with me. Because the trip wouldn't have mattered if she didn't go with him. Like that's how beautiful that was.
In the world of this movie, where do you think that Alex makes the transition to really being in love with her? Because I think that he's like I don't even think in Norway. I think he's still pretty platonic even at that point.
Oh, I think it was
You
before that.
think? You think it was New Orleans?
I think it was New
So
Orleans,
New Orleans was
100%.
6 years, Norway was 4 years.
Yeah, it's because of the way he looks at her.
Yeah, he does look at her pretty. So maybe it was New
Yeah,
Orleans.
it had to be New Orleans because of the way that her boyfriend showed up, and that was like, oh, that was he probably thought like that was the night that something could
Oh,
have
yeah, you're
possibly
right.
happened.
Yeah.
So I think that yeah, that was it for me.
Yeah.
We'd like to take a second and thank our sponsor for this episode of the podcast. It's the Hallmarkies merch store.
Are you looking for that perfect gift for the postable, hardy, or Hallmarky in your life?
What about getting that t-shirt or hoodie that will help you stand out at your next holiday party?
Now is the time to check out the Hallmarkies merch store.
Full of festive designs by artists like Jessica Miller, Carrie from Hallmark Comics, and more.
You can even have more than just shirts, but totes, cell phone cases, notebooks, mugs, and more.
And it isn't just Hallmark. We have designs for Anna Green Gables, Man from Snowy River, The Nanny, and more.
Every purchase at the merch store goes to help support the podcast and allows us to make the great content you know and love.
There are frequent sales, so go to tpublic.com/stores/hallmarkies or see the link in the description.
That's tpublic.com/stores/hallmarkies.
So the big thing in Tuscany is that she gets sick and they're both there with their partners. And I've seen people complain about, oh, why do we always have to have emotional cheating in romantic comedies?
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I guess it is technically emotional cheating, but like
But you don't know
they
it's
didn't
that.
actually cheat, you know? I mean,
No,
they didn't even kiss. Like I
it for my counter for that is that you don't know you have feelings for someone until like one moment changes something. So that's not like a long-term emotional cheating that happened in that particular case. Because I think Poppy had a realization. Yeah, well, mind you, in book Poppy, she was in love with him from the beginning. But it's just the fact that like I don't consider that emotional cheating because no one acted on it. No, they continuously didn't think that like they had any interest in each other. So the more you suppress that, that
and
doesn't mean that they're thinking about the other person in any context.
and yeah, they didn't kiss but it was a
Or
moment where
realize it.
she realized for the first time that,
Yeah.
oh wow, I really care about this person in a different
Yeah.
way, you know?
Yeah.
So,
I think realizations matter.
that's not always convenient. And
No.
yeah, it is kind of sucky the way they do it in the book of having him revenge propose to Sarah. I
Yeah.
mean, the way they do that in the movie, that's not the way it is in the book.
No.
He'd been planning to propose. He doesn't do it right after in the book. He does it
Mm-mm.
later.
He does it
So
later.
it is more skeevy in the movie as far as his behavior, but you
That's
know,
what I'm saying. Like they
pe-
didn't do
people
him
aren't
justice.
people aren't perfect humans. Like you don't need everything,
No.
you don't need everybody to behave. Like it was interesting. We were talking a book club about one of uh the it was this book, Allie Hazelwood book,
Which one?
it was the swimming one. But
Oh, we
yeah,
just
I mean
finished reading that.
her books are very spicy, warning to all listeners. But
Deep End was crazy though.
yeah.
Like it was crazy.
But the thing is that I feel like she got like a ton of pushback on the Raylo book, fan fiction book that she did.
Hypothesis,
And
yeah.
yeah, people didn't, and that people were like, oh, he's too dominated or whatever. So then in that book, in the deep end, she like almost went overboard, I thought, in making sure like every situation was hyper consent. Like we are going to sit down and have a deep conversation about
I
limits
know.
and our boundaries and how far we want to go. And and like in real life, that's probably very healthy. But as a romance reader,
It's
it was a little
repetitive.
underwhelming. Like you want a little
Yeah.
spontaneity, you want a little like,
Yeah.
you
It
know what I
didn't
mean?
feel
Like
authentic.
having characters who like, not that you want characters to be like dominating or, but you don't want them to always be behaving perfectly when it comes to
I
love.
f exactly. Because it's like passion. Like you need, I
Hmm.
feel like Deep End lacked passion as much as I enjoyed like listening to
Yes, I agree.
it lacked passion from the leads where it's like
Hmm.
it's very robotic. And I'm like,
Yeah,
but
it
they love
is.
each other, so why is it very robotic at the same time? It didn't make any
Like they
sense.
literally sign a contract. So there's
I mean,
like
it's very
literally
50
like
Shades-ish, but like, yeah. But I also think that the disclaimer at the beginning of Deep End should have been enough for her to have full reign because she
yeah,
actually puts it at the front of the book. So
you're
it's like,
right.
you
That's
know what
true.
you're diving into, huh? Haha.
Yeah, that's
Pun
true.
intended. But like, you know what you're diving into in that particular case, right? So I
Yeah.
think she kind of like shot herself in the foot in
But
that situation.
I like that they made Alex a flawed human. So, and I guess in a sense, I'm not upset about the proposal and his choices, because to me, he had more personality than in the book, as far as I don't know, I just felt like he was very perfect in the book, and in
Yeah,
the movie, he was just like a little bit more of a flawed, interesting, opinionated human being.
I agree.
And I think a lot of that is Tom Blyth's performance was just very good.
Cutie
And
that he is.
yeah, he was very, very good. And
He's so cute.
I haven't seen that Hunger Games movie, so this was one of the first times I've seen him.
Ooh, he's so good. President Snow, he's so good.
I've only seen, I mean, I thought about picking one of the Hunger Games. I mean, I was certain you had seen it, but it's actually a big blind spot of mine. I've only seen the first movie because I really did not like the books. And so I'm
You're missing out on
I'm
the
a
big one.
contrarian because I don't know. Just
Catching Fire is worth it. Catching
Yeah.
Fire and now with Sunrise on the those two, I'm telling you, are worth the read. The rest are fine.
Okay.
But those are the
I've
two.
read them, but
Sorry, watching Catching Fire is worth
okay.
it. Yeah, Catching Fire is worth it.
But anyway, yeah. I mean, dystopians in general, just not my jam. That's not my energy.
Which
It's
is
not what
fair.
I like. And the whole idea of people cheering on children killing, I just hated it. It was just not, I just didn't like it.
That's
It
fair.
was not for me. And like the ending for Katniss and Peeta, I just thought was so lame in that third book. I was like, are you kidding me? We're gonna go through all of this to have her basically settle. Like,
I didn't care for their relationship.
it was horrible.
I hated Mockingjay to begin with, so there was no helping that two-parter for absolutely no reason. There was no reason.
Yeah.
What was the reason, guys, other than money? Because Breaking Dawn did it.
Exactly.
And Breaking Dawn was good. Okay. Splitting that into two parts was smart. Okay. Harry Potter into two parts, smart. Everything else that did it.
I don't think, I personally don't think that it's ever really worked out. I think one of the movies is always way better than the other movie. I mean, because Harry Potter part one is that thing is slow.
It's a drag, yeah.
It is.
So was the book, though. Like, it took a while to get to the juiciness,
but you could have
skipped
over a lot of that.
You could have.
Like, all the good stuff is part two.
It's all set up. Like, that's the whole point, right?
And,
so I totally
it's the same way with Wicked. Like, it's all the good stuff is in the first one, and then, like, only a little bit of good stuff in the second one. And I mean, I feel like that's always the case. Even with Breaking Dawn, you had almost all the good stuff in part two and not as much good stuff except for the wedding in part one.
Yeah. It's true. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Yeah. I don't think it's never really worked, in my opinion, to take to split it.
I'm happy they stopped doing that.
It works financially, but not in
it works financially.
It works financially, but not in storytelling. There's a reason why the stories are one story. You need they're together, you know?
Yeah. You're right.
You need both parts. And I mean so I'm very curious to watch Wicked and watch it as a complete combined experience, because I'm sure that will be more effective than one and 2 years later watching second. But anyway, it's tricky. But I can't even remember how we got on that topic. But when you're splitting things up, it can be tricky.
We go off on tangents here.
Yeah. Oh, we were talking about Hunger Games because he's in Tom Blyth. But I had never seen him in that Hunger Games, and so I this was, I think, my introduction to him as an actor, and I thought he was great. I really enjoyed him. And Emily Bader, of course, I had seen in My Lady Jane, which
I have to watch that now.
We covered that on the podcast.
I love her.
And that was a good show. Unfortunately, only lasted one season. Too bad. And you would like those books. Have you read the My Lady Jane book?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's
I can't do more, Rachel. I'm tired.
it's the oh yeah, My Lady Jane. It's by Cynthia Hand, Brody Ashton, Jody Meadows. It's combined. But anyway, they have like a whole bunch of creative, a little bit fantasy takes on real historical figures.
Ooh, I like that. Maybe I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Probably will.
That I think you'd enjoy. Anyway, well, so there we go. That's the movie. I do think that the payoff, the movie, I said on KSL Movie Show, sizzled when I needed it to sizzle. And
Yeah.
I think the big scene in Barcelona, the I don't want to just be your friend in the rain, all of that was very well done. And again, their chemistry was so good.
There's more to that scene, and they should have left a lot of it in.
Oh, I know. Yeah, he said that Thomas said
rude Netflix. I don't care what audiences at the test screening say. Rude.
Yeah. If you can give extended editions to like Zack Snyder, give us extended editions.
We need those scenes.
Yeah, we do. We do.
Release it on the special features of the DVD.
But Netflix has gotten like a little bit brutish, even with Bridgerton. Like each season no, it's true. Each season has gotten progressively less.
I think it depends on the couple. Because I think that they favor, for whatever reason, it's Penelope and Colin that they favor.
But they hardly gave them any intimate scenes. Penelope and Colin, he was literally on the sofa moping for most of the second part, which was unbelievable.
Right. That was just the book being dumb too, though, because the book was like that.
No, the book didn't have that, and yeah, that's a whole nother diatribe I could go on. But no, so season 1, it makes sense that season 1 is going to have the most intimacy by far because the characters get married very early on in the story.
Yeah.
So that it makes sense, right? That I think like what's this, episode 3, they get married or something like that. It's early that they get married. It's early. And so you have this whole season of them being a married couple having marital relations. So it makes sense that would be by far the most erotic, intimate season of the show. Yeah. But it's definitely true because then season 2 had way less than season 1.
But I feel like season 2 was more sensual than season 1, and I feel like they had better chemistry in season 2 than they did in season 1.
They did have very, very good chemistry, so I can see that. But then, and then season 3 had, aside from the carriage scene, there's hardly anything else.
I feel like I just remember the first 4 episodes where I was like, oh, this is good. And then part 2, like I completely blocked out because I'm like, what the hell is this? Honestly, my mom still has not watched part 2.
Oh, good.
She still hasn't watched part 2. I'm like, I'll just tell you what happens.
Just have it end with
the carriage scene.
Yeah, the carriage scene.
That's it. You don't have to watch part 2 of Bridgerton. All I know. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Like, obviously, the carriage scene is intimate, but when you think about it, they're like fully clothed. So it's. I mean, compared to season 1.
Season 1, everybody was having a good time.
Way more.
Everyone was enjoying themselves.
Because season 2, I agree that because they were enemies to lovers, they and he's literally with her sister for most of the story, and so it has to be this underplayed, they can't have
people are already crapping on that too, to be honest, but that's a whole other thing. It's a revisionist.
On season 2?
Oh, everyone hates season 2. I'm like lone survivor that loves like Canthony.
I mean, it's certainly way better than season 3. I do think the reason I like season 1, again, this is a huge tangent, but season 1 I think is the best just because there was nothing like it. And there has been nothing like it since.
That's why.
I mean,
it's true.
having that much of the like female gaze and having so much of just like a man like basically existing on a show to please women and female audiences.
Thank God.
that was something totally that again we haven't seen since, and we probably will never see again, because certainly from Bridgerton. But yeah, it is interesting that I do feel like Netflix has gotten kind of a little bit prudish.
I agree with you.
You know, it's not Disney Plus. What's going on? Why are they doing this?
You know what's actually hysterical though, and I probably shouldn't say this, but the best like slow build show right now for a relationship that we know is going to happen is on Percy Jackson. And I don't want to say that because like I know, but everyone's saying it's like, you know what? Because their friendship like expands, but it's so cute and so innocent. And I'm like, these kids, like I hate that it's kids, but it's like they love, like they just love being friends first, but like it's just little things that are building. It's really nice, the development between the
that's good.
Yeah,
that's good. I think it's going to be interesting to see how Netflix responds to this heated rivalry, because it's like I feel like HBO Max was like, you're putting down that Bhutan, we're gonna take it. We're gonna
it's like, give it to me. No, God bless if they did. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
You know what they said
that
recently?
is a sexy show. There's no getting around it.
My God, it's so good. But the thing is that they said, I think some of the, like whoever worked on the show said that show could only be filmed in Canada. Because it's the fact, I don't know what it is, but I think obviously because it's two men, I don't know if like, I don't know. That's what they said. It's like
that's interesting.
Thank God that it was
you get
filmed
all the
in Canada.
tax breaks in Canada.
Yeah.
Filming in Canada. But
so I was like, oh, okay,
yeah,
interesting. Thanks, guys.
But it is a high warning, Hallmarkies listeners. This is a very, very strong R-rated show, but it is pretty good. Pretty well
if you
done.
can't stomach certain like, you know, if you can't watch certain things like in depth, then like this is not the show for you.
But I would be curious if we will get any kind of sort of response, particularly from Netflix. And trying to do their own heated rivalry.
They'll do something. They did. They just announced a baseball.
They did?
Was it like I think it was like a queer baseball. They tried to, I think Prime Video tried to do that at one point and it didn't like go well, but I think it's a baseball show unless it's another Canadian one. I'm not 100%. I think it's another Canadian one, but it has to be Netflix, I think, from what I saw. There was a baseball show that was announced.
Let's see.
So that'll be interesting.
Yeah, A Secret Love about real life lesbian players.
There you go.
Is that what you're thinking of?
I think that's the one.
Okay.
Because I knew it was a queer baseball show, so I didn't know where we were sitting at.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so that is a lot of tangents, but hopefully you enjoyed it. I enjoy talking with Manda. I don't care about what.
Clearly, I love it too.
And this was a romantic movie. At the end of the day, these two actors had good chemistry. They were able to sell the romantic scenes. They were able to sell the banter. And that's what matters most of all. We can squabble about taking out Croatia or maybe what they did with his character. We can talk about those kind of things. But at the end of the day, it was a satisfying experience because of the very good casting and all of the fun banter and rom-com elements.
Yeah. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So very good. Well, let us know what you think of people we meet on vacation. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. If you are an Emily Henry fan, we'd love to hear of what you think of her books and which one's your favorite. We'd love to hear that in the comments. Definitely let us know. And Manda, thanks so much for this. This was a blast.
This was so fun. Thank you for having me on. You know, I always love chatting with you. I love it.
We really do.
Love it.
So if people want to follow you, how do they do that?
You guys can always follow me over at AMX ND Reviews on Twitter and Letterboxd. You can check out my website, candidxcinema.com, and I'm on Instagram at Amanda Garaji.
Great. And you can find me at Rachel's Reviews, all over social media, iTunes, YouTube, and on Rotten Tomatoes, and right now at KSL Movie Show. So you definitely want to check that out. And make sure you're following the podcast at Hallmarkies Pod and Hallmarkies Podcast, all over social media. And if you are listening on iTunes, please leave your ratings and reviews. That's the biggest way that you can help us out, and it's free. So please put in your ratings and reviews on iTunes. And then if you are watching on YouTube, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. We appreciate that so much. We also have our Patreon group, which is the biggest way you can financially support us. And you get to be part of watch-alongs, and you get ad-free versions of the podcast that you can listen to, RSS feeds, which is pretty cool. I try my best to make it very worth your investment to sign up for the Patreon. And then we have the merch store. We've got lots of rom-com inspired. We even have Save the Rom-Com shirts that you can get. So yeah, a lot of fun. Check that out. And thanks so much, everybody. We'll talk to you later. Bye. Oh, that was fun.